Hi everybody, it's Chris and welcome back to another video. I thought today I'd share with you my top punk 45s from 1978 this time. The last video I did were all from 77. So I've set myself 3 rules again for this video. The first one is the singles must be UK released in 1978. Secondly, I've got to have a physical copy of it. So that would exclude Big Time by Rudy and She's the One by the Ramones, both of which would undoubtedly have made it into my top 20. And I also, it is one single, one band, which actually was easier for 78 than it was for 70. So coming in at number 20, we've got Read About Seymour by the Swirl Maps, influential band. This is on Rather Records, which I think was their own label. It's beautifully DIY. It's only about 1.5 minutes long. It's not really punky, it's more alternative rock, hugely influential band. I think many of which who aren't with us anymore, and that's one of my most collectible singles actually. Swirl Maps, Read About Seymour. At 19, we've got Alternative TV, a never unsuccessful but influential band. This was a band led by a guy called Mark Perry, who founded the fanzine Sniffing Glue. And in fact, the B-side of this, Love Lies Limp, featured as a flexi disc on that magazine back in the summer of 77. But this single is Life. So it's a charming sort of underproduced funny little single actually, and if you haven't heard it, listen to it on YouTube, Spotify, and then think, oh, I wonder if Blur listened to this, because if you listen to Life by Alternative TV and then think Park Life by Blur. So that's Alternative TV at number 19. At 18 we've got Scottish band The Skids, their EP Wide Open, but the lead song on it, The Saints Are Coming, about a friend of the singer Richard Jobson who joined the army and died in the Troubles in Northern Ireland. A great song, really great song, often overshadowed by Into the Valley, sadly, but a great song in its own right. So that was 18. At 17, we've got Sham 69, Borstal Breakout. Yeah, Sham 69, they loved a good football chant, didn't they, in their songs, and Borstal Breakout is no exception. Sadly not in a picture sleeve. It just sounds so London, isn't it? Gonna be a Borstal Breakout, you know, but great single, one of my favourites by them. Next up, not in a picture sleeve sadly, on a white label, and someone's written the tracks on here and done it incorrectly because they've missed off writing the main song, which is Where's Bill Grundy Now. This is Television Personalities. Beautiful little song, kind of so underproduced but so fitting. It's really funny, it's a great song. The lead song actually is quite good, Part-Time Punks, that's quite a good song. The lead off track on side 1, that mentions Read About Seymour actually and the Lurkers, but the second track, Where's Bill Grundy Now, which is about the guy who interviewed the Sex Pistols famously on that programme and lost his job. Just a wonderful single from the Television Personalities. Next up, Mekons. This is a Leeds-based band. I think they were art students actually, and John Peel loved this song, and he played it a lot. This is on Fast Product Records, and it's Where Were You. It's not really punk, but it's not dark enough to be post-punk, and it's not poppy enough to rival and challenge the Buzzcocks, but a great song in its own right. Talking of the Buzzcocks, next up is What Do I Get? This is my favourite song by them. Again, this is probably overshadowed by Ever Fallen in Love, but this is one of my favourite songs by them actually. Sadly not in the picture sleeve, although the picture sleeve is only green and light green, as the label is, but it's a great single, and that's What Do I Get by the Buzzcocks, back with Oh Shit. So that's 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14. So at 13 we've got West London's answer to the Ramones, and this is Ain't Got a Clue by the Lurkers. You can imagine the Ramones singing this actually. This I bought in 1978, and it came with a little gold flexi disc. Great single. It's the lead track on Fulham Fallout, which is a really good album actually, a really good fun album, and I bought a version of it a couple of years ago actually, which I'd not seen before. It came out I think at the same time, non-album track on the B-side. So that's the Lurkers, London based, Uxbridge I think they were, and that's their single Ain't Got a Clue. Next up, this is at number 12, we've got Identity by X-Ray Specs. This is about an incident that Polly Styrene, the singer, saw, where a girl, I think her name was Tracy O'Keefe, part of the Bromley contingent, slit her wrist for dramatic effect in the toilet in the Roxy, and it's a song about what the tragic things that people do just to create some kind of fake identity. So that's X-Ray Specs. At number 11 we've got possibly the first post-punk single. This is Magazine and Shot by Both Sides. Love the cover of this. This is Howard Devoto's band after he left the Buzzcocks. It's got exactly the same guitar riff as the Buzzcocks on Lipstick, which is the B-side of Promises. Great single. And in the guitarist, John McGeoch, Howard Devoto met someone who could kind of really help him produce that kind of avant-garde new wave sound that he was looking for after he left the Buzzcocks. So top 10, Radio Radio, Elvis Costello. One of my favourite songs by him, actually. I love this song. It's a kind of, it's anti-radio. It was written in response to God Save the Queen being banned by Radio 1, actually. And as soon as Radio 1 found out about the content of this, I think they stopped playing it completely, but that's at number 10. At number 9 is a song that punk purists will probably be eye-rolling at and tutting at, but I love it. It's Plastic Bertrand and Samplon pour Moi. It's actually a 77 single, certainly released in Europe in 77, but released in the UK in 78 with Samplon pour Moi, rather than being the B-side as it was in Europe, is the A-side. And I just love it with its Beach Boysy kind of 4-note hook, you know, woo, love that. It's just brilliant. That pulsating rhythm, that sax. Sadly, it wasn't sung by Plastic Bertrand. It was sung by the engineer and the producer rather than him. But great single. At number 8, we've got something a bit more serious featuring John McGeoch on guitar. Hong Kong Garden. Great production from Steve Lillywhite. Probably his first successful production, actually. This is Hong Kong Garden. Susie and the Banshees. I think a reasonable hit for them, actually. Possibly even top 10. Great song. I love the kind of oriental guitar riff in it. It's really good. So that's number, what was that? That was 10, 9, 8. This is number 7, and this is Down in the Tube Station at Midnight by The Jam. I love this. It's got almost a cinematic feel to it. It's obviously about a guy who goes into the tube station at midnight, obviously, to get the last train home and gets attacked by a group of thugs. Brilliant single. I think it was the second single from All Mod Cons. Was it David Watts? Was the other one? Keith Moon on the back, who died about a month before the release of this, and obviously he was a hero of this particular group. So there we go, that's number 7. At number 6, this is on every single punk compilation, isn't it? This is Another Girl, Another Planet by The Only Ones. I'm never sure if this is about drugs or girls. Just features one of the greatest guitar solos ever put down on vinyl. It's absolutely brilliant. I love that track, and that's at number 6. At number 5, so we're into the top 5 now. What do you think is going to be being shown in the top 5? Well, at number 5, you can smell the cordite, the angst, the tension of this particular track. Suspect Device by Stiff Little Fingers, recorded during the Troubles in Northern Ireland by this Northern Irish band, Stiff Little Fingers. There's a picture of them at one of the divisions between Shankill Road and the Falls Road in Belfast. It's just a brilliant single. As I said, it's just blistering. The lyrics, was his name, Jake Burns, he almost barks the lyrics out. It's just a masterpiece. Suspect Device, Stiff Little Fingers. So there's 4 better. At number 4, Gang of 4, Damaged Goods, their debut single on Fast Product Records, just like the Mekons. This is Leeds-based band, a mixture of funk and punk, really. It's just brilliant, and it sounds so fresh, I think. So different, and it was... Really, when this came on, when I first heard it, I just thought this is so different. Not very successful, but very, very influential band. And I don't think they ever bettered that song, actually. I love it. Top 3 time. Top 3 is, I wonder if you can guess what the top 3 is. You might guess 2 of them. I don't think you'll guess one of them. At number 3, Public Image Limited. Public Image. It came out in 78. It's about the kind of how disillusioned Johnny Rotten, or John Lydon, was with the treatment he received from his manager Malcolm McLaren, and maybe to some extent the rest of the band as well. Sadly, not in a picture sleeve. It came with a fake newspaper, which whenever I've seen it is a bit too battered and quite expensive, but hopefully one day I'll pick it up. But that's a brilliant song, timeless, as I think this is timeless as well. This is John Peel's favourite song, and it's the Undertones, Teenage Kicks. I think he's got the opening line, Teenage Dreams So Hard to Beat, on his gravestone. I remember listening to it on John Peel, and he played it twice in a row. It's absolutely brilliant, and for some bizarre reason it wasn't on their debut. I've no idea why. And at number 1, I wonder if you can guess what's at number 1. And I think you might be surprised, but I love this single. I love it. When I first bought it and I got it home, I didn't get it, and I thought, what the hell is Horns doing on a punk record? But this is a masterpiece. It's Know Your Product by The Saints, Australian band. This is about their third or fourth single, certainly the second single from Eternally Yours. Second single after This Perfect Day, which is also brilliant. But this is just brilliant. The buzzsaw guitars and the horn-driven rhythm to it is absolutely brilliant. I love this song. If you've not heard it, go and stream it now. It's brilliant. So there you go. There's my top 20 Punk 45s from 1978. Tell me what you think in the comments below, and hopefully I've earned your subscription. Click on the bell below if you would like to see more content. And thank you very much for watching, and thank you very much indeed for your comments, and we'll catch up again real soon. Thank you. Cheers.